Hello, everyone. RBJ King get here back with some more Metaphor ReFantazio. In the previous video, we kind of just went around, hanging out with our friends, hanging out with our buddies, gain up our follower rankings with them and everything, and it was fun. And now, well, we gotta raise more shit for us. But we're about to actually go to our Braillehaven. We're about to make our way to Braillehaven after tonight. So, I think, God, what was I actually going to do? I know my tolerance could still probably use some boosting with my eloquence. So, I guess, we're going to do the tolerance again.
We meet again, I see.
All right, learn from cult. If you're interested, to speak again. Spoke about many different things.
All right.
Oh, doesn't look like there's like no dialogue stuff that gets in there now.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws.
All right, time to make way.
I've seen the state of the race with my own eyes, ladies.
My
gents,
own
and
eyes.
malcontents. If you wanted an update, here's your chance. So far, we've mostly seen gauntlet runner skirmishes and dueling mayhem. Now it's time for the real thing. Sounds like we've lost a few candidates already too. Poor bastards went after something too nasty for their head hunt and got themselves head hunted. We've got some candidates who have outright given up. No confidence. Can't blame them against these odds. And some others have bought and sold out of the race.
Come on! That's a bit unfair, isn't it?
I suppose money's power like anything else. Military strength's not meant to decide this race anyhow.
The question is, what's our final head count going to look like? Lots of unknowns left, people, and we'll not know the truth until the exhibition. A little bird told me one of our contenders has made a bold play in Martyra. They might not even come out of it with a head.
What are they scheming then? Let's hear some details.
Sorry, chums, I'm just the crier. Can't speak for any one candidate in particular. Luckily, you'll not have long to wait now. With all that said, can't help but wonder how Count Luis is taking this, can we? My sources say he's not bothered with any of this. He's still gallivanting across the land, killing humans. And yet, even without a formal entry, Luis's voter base is still growing.
I mean, yeah, that's
Bound to have his eminence Forden grinding his teeth. That, for now, let's enjoy the show!
that's what I think a lot of people care about. Like, Luis is like, I'm not doing this. I'm just doing this for other things.
Everyone, farewell said, particulars packed.
All that remains is to ride to Oceania with pride in our hearts.
Watch out, Luis. You won't know what hit you.
Well then, off to the races, what? Old Barden's given me a detailed map of the area.
Sounds like quite a journey. I hope it won't be as bumpy as last time.
Oh no, it'll be a sight smoother. But you've got wings. What are you fussing for?
Oh, there it is. Should have known the fatigue would hit eventually. About time I got some sleep. Heis, mate. Why are you on my bed? You're positively miniature, man. There are plenty of other places fit for you to sleep.
Yes. Splendid.
I-
Just magnificent.
I love how Stroll is like kind of like not the most stereotypical noble that you think he would be. And granted, to be fair, I never would have thought him to be this way, but the fact that he's straight up like acting like you know, just like like a regular dude and not like a nobleman. Granted, that's one of the things I love about him. I just love this. It's great. I love it. So, yeah.
What is he dreaming about?
I hope you've no designs on taking my bed. I have cut men down for less.
With friends like these?
Now then.
Next is Port Breilhaven, the capital of the Principality of Oceania. If we punch it south out of Martria, we'll make it in, oh, I'd say 3 nights, 4 days or so. Hey, I know that runner. And there's something else there, too. Wow, so that's Port Breilhaven.
Let us hurry.
Let's see.
Yeah, we'll have 2 locations, so I'll be able to give her 2 things, which is nice. I wonder if we'll be making our... yeah, zoom out. We'll probably... oh, yeah, we'll definitely be making our ways over to these sections at some point, I'm sure. And maybe even a little north here. I don't know about areas over here, but... be heading to these spots, maybe? No. Alright. Our place is Port Breilhaven exactly. It is a large city of prosperous commerce. Do it in on no small pontoons, oceanside proximity. I envision droves of people will pour in for the exhibition. All the people delayed by the landslide might still be showing up. Keep an eye on the road, okay, Neros? Why, I never. Who do you think you're talking to? Leave it to me. Next stop, Port Breilhaven, capital of Oceania.
Leaving behind the old castle town stricken by tragedy, the Gauntlet Runner sets off toward the exhibition of the brave. Their destination, Port Breilhaven, capital of the Principality of Oceania. A world unknown to them. What will they accomplish? Acclaim? Or...
What to pick?
Three days until we reach Breilhaven. Okay, we got courage, wisdom. Do I have any other books, or do I still have just these books I've had before? Oh, he did add a book. Bygone Days. Could make something. I heard the old man had a hunch about the tomb northwest of Breilhaven. Wasn't there a cursed cemetery there? The one where the victims of that epidemic were buried, it says. When we're on Breilhaven, I should keep an eye out for the cemetery in case there's a relic there.
Got it. All right. Right.
With tips Maria gave me, I think I could cook without taking up much time. Whose samurai is that? There are notes here about new potential recipes. Can I cook something? We try and make everyone teach us their culinary specialties? Sure, let's cook. What should we make? What should we make? would make... Ooh, that... All party members graduate... white bread so soft it soothes the soul. Ooh, that's probably what I should make with... So I need to make this something with the mellow milk, right? That's probably what I should make with that. But yeah, I was thinking of the corny stew, but something that actually like fills the soul. But I need the fragrant spice. I can't. I guess besides the meatballs here. Only Hulkberg knows how to cook that. I'll go call her.
Hail.
I have considered this topic for quite a while. It is not true that meat tastes better when consumed by the mouthful, rather than via tiny, polite little bites. It is my preferred method, as you can luxuriate in its full texture, whilst increasing one's jaw strength. The logic behind cutting meat into small pieces eludes me. I prefer only the most restrained applications of seasoning as well. It is best to let the ingredients' natural flavors thrive. If animals must forfeit their lives to sate our hunger, then the least we can do is honor them, is to taste the full glory of their sacrifice. Start preparing food with Hulkenberg, making sure to follow her minimalistic methods with the ingredients. We chose prime ingredients on this day. So I say this meal will be quite exquisite when it is complete.
Good.
Pleasing aroma is it not? That indescribable acidity beguiles the dish's depths. It's so novel and unique. I've never tasted anything like this. I mean, never again.
All right.
The critical meatballs are complete. An enchanting aroma, is it not? Thanks to speed cooking, I cooked without time passing. Yay! It's probably only a one-time thing, huh?
Let's not.
Yeah, it's only a one-time thing to cook. So, where's more courage?
All right then.
Does that looks like our boy. Watchtower? We have a watchtower? Oh, is that just walking out in the place? Oh, right here. Never mind then. All right, let's read that book. What does that book? What will that book give us? Bygone days. Mythology precision handwriting leads me to believe this is him, Heismays. It appears to be a record of his life with his son. I haven't started reading it yet. There's many left to hear. I think that means it's okay to read. Hey, perfect. That's actually what I want. Shall we spend some time reading this book? Though sparse and objective, the words still manage to vividly depict the endearing qualities of a small child. He writes of the day his son took his first steps. First words his son spoke. Time his son nearly ripped his ear off, climbing all over him. Of worrying about his son not eating his vegetables. Of his son refusing to stop crying at night. Of being so exhausted he falls asleep in place without realizing it. I see. Being a parent brought him lots of struggles. But even more than that, it brought him joy. A warmth arises inside me. I feel like my tolerance has improved.
All right.
There's still more left to read in the book. I'll pick up from there next time.
The party sets off for Martira. As they watch the setting sun sink under the horizon, their gauntlet runner arrives in a land grown thick.
That place right there, that's the tomb we went to that one time. Yeah, I believe so.
Before the sunlight fades, leaving only deafening silence. The anticipation that follows a journey's beginning swells in their hearts.
Okay. Groove camp. Groovy.
Oi!
Hey, have you heard? There's a bath cask on the back deck now. I've had enough wine about not being able to bathe, so I whip something up. It's not elegant, but it'll do the job. I thought it would shake too much of us while traveling, but should be lovely to enjoy silk when we stop.
Speaking of,
But then some regions, fruits and grasses are added in bathwater to relieve exhaustion and strengthen the body. Should you encounter such items, perhaps you ought to consider a purchase. Thanks to Neuros, you can use the bath casket on the back deck. Not only can you acquire mag by using it, but you can also add various bath salts to the water to improve your abilities.
The breeze feels nice.
3 more days on the road.
What?
I can tell you're feeling stronger these days, but still too dangerous to go outside at night. Imagination.
All right then.
Eyes, May? Imagination. Okay. How's my royal virtue with imagination? It's actually getting very close. You know what? Let's actually go hang out with Heinz May.
Ah, it's you.
Oh there. I've got altogether too much time on my hands. Let's say we take a little rest and talk a moment. No trace of enemies around by my ears. Peaceful for now, which means we got a little time. Have a little break. Recalling the past and planning for the future with Heinz May. Maybe I can hone my imagination.
Good grief.
Goodness. Time to bid farewell to Martria, isn't it? I can't help but feel a connection to that place. The village from which I originally hailed is not far from Martria. The air there agrees with my skin more than Grand Trod's.
That's right.
It is nice and quiet in Martria. Yes, on this subject in particular, we are in full agreement. Speaking of which, where's your hometown? Before that, you received this mission from the hidden village where His Highness the Prince resides. Oh, right. My apologies. Didn't mean to ask with such carelessness. Your tribe faces even harsher prejudice than the Ugif. I'll not pry if you'd rather not discuss it. There are none alive who wouldn't want to forget certain aspects of the past, myself included. But if that's truly the case, then perhaps it is not one's past that defines their character, but what they do in the present and the future. If we were to all face the future together, then perhaps someday we could find ourselves living in a world resembling the one from that novel you carry. When my imagination grows, Heinz May and I discuss the changes that's still ahead of us.
Now then.
Rank 3! I'm a visionary.
Imagination.
It's one of the virtues the ruler must possess. If true sovereignty is thy aspiration, furnish thyself with the creativity and bring the ideal world they thought to fruition. Conqueror needs that precision kindling with which the father past may be engulfed. But I'd have such an opportunity to converse. But good night's rest invades you, and I will keep you company instead. His man and I talked for a while.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
That reminds me.
Arrive in the Ocean City the day before tomorrow. The day after tomorrow. Heinz May, you've erected a tent up above, haven't you? Do take care that you don't get carried off by the wind. I'm confident it will take more than that to pull that tent apart, though I suppose some caution is warranted.
Speaking of,
Worst case scenario, you've got wings. You could just fly back to us, no? My young friend, where did you hear you geef are capable of flight? I hate to disappoint, but they're rather more for gliding. You guys will be at Port Brailhaven. You really got used to all this traveling, don't you think? Okay, let me think here. Could read the book. I can make some food. Let's read the book. 'Cause we'll actually be done with the book by the time we get back, so. Excuse me. Though sparse and objective, the words still manage to vividly depict the enduring qualities of a small child. This entry describes Hinsme and his son running through fields together on a beautiful sunny day. You can almost hear their carefree cries of laughter. At one point, Hinsme loses sight of his son, only to find he'd climbed a tall tree. Hinsme is mortified, till the boy nimbly jumps down just as his father would have. I see. But more than that brought him joy. I think my tolerance just got to level 3 now. Not quite. If I get 4 boosts with this after I finish it, then it probably will. Because I'm assuming the next time I read it, it'll be the end.
Nearest speaking.
This is Nearest. Got something on the old girl's radar, so we'll be taking a short stop.
The city ruins come to view. This place once flourished through the excavation of magla crystals by migrant workers. The work was hard, but the miners were hardy and spirited, and the promise of riches lured many here. In its time, it may have rivaled Brylehaven. However, the promise of strong magla drew forth the humans. As tragedies climbed, it became a ghost town. Now only the threatening glimmer of the crystals remain. And with the promise of abandoned riches followed the thieves. For some reason, though, they all seem to scurry home empty-handed, gripped by fear.
Whoa. This is a truly harrowing sight. Look at those crystals. Simply coming here is enough to wound the soul. A chill settles into my very bones as I consider what could have occurred here. Something wrong, lad? You're going to run and get the best of your stomach again. No, sorry. I just remembered something unpleasant.
Well then.
Let's call it a day and head back.
Thanks.
I appreciate the concern, but really, I'll be fine. I know what destroyed this village. No doubt about it. The stoic of a human. Indeed, scars left upon this place differ from the traces left behind by monster attacks or acts of war. Right. Don't know if the magla crystals are what attracted the humans here. If the attack caused them, my hometown will eventually... Stroll. I'll make no assumption about what runs through your mind. But I would ask you to recall the time when we cut down the human at the castle and saved all those lives within.
That's why.
Do not allow your thoughts to dwell on negativity. The day will come when both this place and your homeland will flourish once again.
Yeah.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I feel like coming face to face with this cruel decline of the village has to be my wisdom on its own way.
All right.
I was looking at the wrong one. Yeah, my eloquence is now definitely my lowest one out of all of them. So that's definitely something I need to work on at some point. Yeah, my stomach sends notice that our next meal is overdue. Why don't we head back? So I guess Nurse can read the room when he wants to, huh?
So,
Let's put this place behind us.
Here.
I was about to say no drawing this time, but nope, he made a drawing. By the by, another drawing. This picture will bring viewers no joy, but is an important sight to document nonetheless. Take the drawing with me to ensure I never forget what happened here.
As the sun sinks below the horizon, the Gauntlet Runner arrives in a land dense with trees. The glow of the Gauntlet Runner pierces the dark, warmly enveloping them in its light.
Thanks, more. Yeah, tomorrow will be in a real Mediterranean city. I'll be able to see the ocean soon. First time for both of us. Imagination again, which honestly is probably not a bad thing.
All right then.
This would be imagination with everyone. But what I could do, I could maybe go finish the book, or do I want to save that for the travel? So maybe I want to save that for when I'm traveling. I'm trying to think of what else I could do when it's traveling. Stuff that boosts my stuff. I don't think so. I don't think there's anything that really boosts my things when we're traveling besides reading. So I have that. Well, I mean, also there's Stroll and Hulkenberg. They have their own stuff, so I could hang out with one of them instead. Let's do imagination. Might as well do with Hemsley again.
Ah, it's you.
Hello there. Altogether, too much time on my hands. Let's say we have a little rest and talk a moment. No trace of enemies around by my ears. Peaceful for now. Okay, you said the exact same thing, I believe so. Heismay. Why do I say Himsmay? I don't know why. I'm definitely not saying the names correctly, and I hate that, and I'm sorry. Kitchen, bathroom, laundry room, and a shower. This going around is more akin to a moving manor, considering all these amenities. It's likely far more agreeable than my hideout.
Right.
That place has its own charms too. Well, as they say, home is where you make it. It was admittedly crude, but I developed a certain fondness for it nonetheless. Overall, these living arrangements are an improvement in comfort and leisure. But if I may lodge one complaint, it's those things. The way they build their nests in filth, subsist on our scraps, and the distinguishing luster of their wings. Just the thought of them fills me with revulsion.
Understood.
If we remain diligent in our cleaning efforts, they should have little reason to trespass into our spaces. I ask that you never leave unfinished food or other trash about. Right.
All right.
Very slightly. Retiring so soon? Ha! Your star expression does not deter me. Sleep can wait, for this old man's ramblings demand an attentive pair of ears.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Quite.
Ah, the salty yet strangely refreshing aroma of seawater is already upon us. This way we should reach Braillehaven by tomorrow. Seawater? I thought so. The air feels a lot more clammy, so I assume that's what it was. And so we put the forest behind us at long last. That must mean that wherever I ventured, beyond where that cliff collapsed, barging passage. It would seem it was fixed without a trace of its ruin. And speaking of ruin, Ross, do remember that we are relying on you for safe passage the rest of the way. Tomorrow we should be able to see the ocean.
That reminds me.
I said that the waters around Braillehaven are kind of strange. Curious what he meant by that.
All right then.
Oh, Hulkenberg is in there. Stroll. I don't want to do that, but I might as well. Might as well finish reading Heismay's book. Though sparse and objective, the words still managed to vividly depict the enduring qualities of a small child. Recalls the time his son came to him in tears, upset he couldn't sing a certain song well. They ended up singing other songs together through the night until falling asleep. Next morning, Heismay awoke to his son, eyes still swollen from crying last night before singing the song he'd been trying to learn. Birthday song for his father. I see, bringing a parent brings him joy. One with the rise, my tolerance has improved. Yeah, if I get one more, it should actually get me to the third. With that, I finished the book. I feel my understanding of the world has deepened.
Now then.
Now this should get me to rank 3 of tolerance. It did. Generous.
Tolerance.
Tolerance, 'tis one of the virtues a ruler must possess. If thou aspires to true sovereignty, take up a mantle of benevolence which shall spur thee to aid thy people. A conqueror needs that precious kindling with which a father's passions may be inflamed. Alright, now if I can just find something that helps with my speaking. Enemies coming our way! Or so I thought. Looks like it's that Missy's Gauntlet Runner coming for us this time.
Hey!
Hey, you lot! Yeah, I'm the Gauntlet Runner over there. You're not becoming king on my watch. Got a short fuse, you know. That means if you don't come out right now, kaboom! So young Missy says. I'm hoping you lot are willing to act. Of course.
Certainly.
Don't worry, we won't take this line down. Wait, they're coming aboard on the other end. Well, now we have to accept their challenge.
It's you! So we meet again! Maybe you got the better of me last time, but you're about to get some payback.
Give me a break, lady. Ever heard of learning from your mistakes? Sorry, but we don't intend to lose either.
Ooh, big talk. Well, I'm willing to rewrite my record if that's what it takes to be queen. My people are suffering as we speak. Who's gonna save the Parapus if I don't give it all I've got? I promised them all I'd become queen. You're all decent people, got nothing against you, but I'm not holding back.
Clear off! Let's have
Y'all decent people.
Kaboom. Looks like you've gotten stronger. So have we.
Now accept your fate. Lightning!
The path of virtue is not the only way. I won't hold back!
That's nothing!
No holding back! I'll blow you away!
I forgot what she's weak to. Was she weak to ice?
Oh, shards of ice!
No, she resists ice, so she's weak to fire.
Oh, please!
I'll use what I must. There's a better way.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
You won't escape!
Last chance
Let's
to
go.
give up!
Is there enough to the rear guard?
I won't hold back!
Come on!
Nice hit. That was
Seeker!
perfect.
Burn to ash!
Ready to lose?
Power of
They're
heroes!
weak to fire. Let's heat this place up.
Come!
No.
Comrades, lend me your strength!
We'll team up!
And thus I end it! That's nothing! Let's do this fair and square!
You have no.
Now accept your fate.
Fuck it. Let's see
I
what
have
Banker
my
Rancor
methods.
does.
Why are you so strong, damn you? But this is where the real fight begins. Get ready to get stomped. This is a joke.
Oh, you've done it.
Badly wounded. Can anyone heal him?
I call upon royal power within! No, moving to the rear. Are you prepared? The power of fire!
Keep it up, Stroll.
Shut up! That's nothing. Let's do this fair and square.
Faker! Then again, too slow!
The path of virtue is not the only way. We're looking good here.
No holding back! Oh, healing light!
Thank you. This is a joke.
Okay, she gets 300 back every single time. As long as we take down 300.
I crush you. That's nothing.
I'll use what I must. No, you won't escape!
Here's through!
Nice hit. That was perfect.
Seeker! Burn to ash!
With a single fight as one. Shut up. Still standing, I see.
Faker!
You are good.
Mustn't settle for power of kings.
Right, dog.
Mandible bearing.
Stroll's badly wounded. Can anyone heal him?
What do you have against Stroll?
Someone get him back on his feet. Stroll got knocked out. Can anyone get him back on his feet?
Take it!
I live to see another day. I call upon royal power within!
Where's your weak point? Keep it up, Stroll.
You are
I'll
good.
destroy you!
That's
Worthy
nothing.
foe after all!
Let us cleave. I'll use what I must.
You are good.
Still up? Is that all?
You'll feel this one.
What can I
Stroll's
do?
badly wounded. Can anyone heal him? Stroll can't take
Seeker!
any more.
The power of fire!
There we go.
No. Why? Oh, why? I trained so much for this. This isn't supposed to happen.
You did good, though.
Not bad, if I say so myself.
Oh, Faker doesn't... okay, is Faker, like, technically a second kind of class? Of archetypes? Because it got the same amount of experience, but...
I admit, it feels good to get stronger.
The training's paid off.
Do not move.
I've lost.
Damn it! I lost again! If I could just beat you, I'd ask you to join me. That power of yours is really something. But don't you rest easy, because I will win next time. Stop preparing now, you got that? Thrina, cheer up!
Yeah?
Saw you running, so I followed you. You're as tough as they say. You Doricus. Who do you think I am exactly? Pardon me. Knew perfectly well you're the great Katharina Gran. Everyone here knows. In fact, all their hopes are pinned on you.
Oh.
Are all those people migrating to find work? Even though it might kill them in the end. What other options do carapaces like them have? Might be dangerous, but they've gone to break some eggs to make an omelet. Eudoricus, wait. Take this and see if you can't stop everyone from leaving from now.
Hey.
Good news, you lot. Katharina has made a generous donation. Oh, thank you. Now we can eat for once.
Listen to me.
Listen, everyone. I know these times are trying, but this kind of work ain't the answer. If you can hold out just a little longer, I swear I'm gonna set things right for us. Oh, there we are. We believe in you, Katharina. Katarina, I'm that money slaying a monster just a few days ago. It's meant to be the start of my royal campaign fund. Small price to pay for helping out my people, but it'll last them what, a few weeks at most? I'll be heading out to find work again in no time. Just can't fathom dying to earn a living. The fat cats are all too happy when the Parapuses take them up on it.
I'll make it happen.
And I'm in charge. First thing I'm going to do is offer bounties on their bloody heads. They squeeze us dry, so I'll squeeze them right. Will handing out money make things this better? Got no clue myself. But I had to try something. Even now, tons of those people aren't going to survive. And I can't tell people who aren't eating today to wait until tomorrow while I think of something. I was just lucky, you know. I had the strength to push through and survive. Truth is, most people don't have that kind of strength. They need someone to provide it for them.
That's why.
Should know better than most. Those who can act gotta take action. If they don't, nothing in this bloody world's gonna change. It'll stay as rotten as it is. Smay says there's nothing to be done. They only say that because the Parapuses are right where they want them. Beneath everybody.
Just ain't right.
They couldn't have the Parapuses start doing well for themselves. That would shake up the solid ground they're standing on. They like this twisted world just as it is.
Sure.
Let's change things ourselves. It's exactly what I plan on doing, Clyde. And with anyone able to take the throne, now's the time to do it. Which means I can't just hand it to you either.
Thanks.
Much obliged, Clyde. Maybe enemies, but I like having these talks. I'm not as powerful as I need to be. But still, I'll reach out to the recruitment center and we should be seeing bigger rewards for bounties. Go check on it. Gonna keep taking these monsters down. We'll beat this world into pieces together. I can feel Katarina's indignation towards the world's absurdities, as well as her deep faith in me. The loyal hunter, Katharina, keeper and inheritor of the brawler's virtues. Though through thy shared bond, a new heroic emblem slumbering within thee has come to blossom. Bear this new power, foster this connection, and by their strength fulfill thy destiny.
I'm not letting any
And now make the pugliest, and we get fatten the purses of bounty rewards. Nice. Ooh, I like the pugliest form. That's awesome. Next time I see you, I'm taking it down for sure. So don't go dying on me.
As the shadows are stretched to their limits before darkness takes them, the Gauntlet Runner arrives in a balmy wetland. Nocturnal creatures who lay dormant beneath the fens in the light rise to seek out their prey. Meanwhile, the party rests their weary souls, fatigued by the long journey, under the protection of the Gauntlet Runner.
So we'll be arriving tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing what kind of place Braillehaven is. Imagination. Is that basically all there is to do? Is just imagination at night? Which isn't a bad thing, but...
Alright then. Where to?
Imagination. And imagination. I do the plants if I wanted to. I don't know if that really would boost anything.
Let's go.
What washing my clothes do? Again.
This.
I'll increase my max MP. No.
Understood.
Let's go talk to who's ever in here. It might be... it's Thrall.
Hey.
Hey, are you looking for something to do? My weapons are as sharp as they're going to get. I'm not up to much. Can you keep me company for a while?
That reminds me.
Where's Hulkenberg now? He's May. Having more reliable comrades at your side never hurts, but it's too early to celebrate, considering it's Luis that we're up against. As much as I hate to say it, there's no denying he's still the strongest mage out there.
What's more?
He's surrounding himself with powerful allies too.
Yeah.
Right. Beyond Zorba, he has no shortage of servants, all too happy to forge his path, but none of them hold a candle to Luis himself. Remember that human corpse at the cathedral? He said he defeated it all by himself. Not to mention, we have the royal magic to contend with. To put it bluntly, we don't stand a chance of a frontal assault. Oh, but don't misunderstand. I'm only pointing out how difficult it would be for us as we are now. If we pooled our powers, we may be able to surpass him. Nothing is impossible. That's what I've come to believe since I met you. Since you awakened your first power. Stroll and I talked about things to calm and feel my imagination.
Alright.
It's that time already. And it's not that late. Oh, it's not that late. Stroll and I talked for a while. Oh shit. Was that a day that ended in a 5? Okay, it was not. No. Here we go. Now I'll get the luck bonus by going to the bathroom.
Hello? Hello, Mr. Captain? Rise and shine, what? Almost there.
Rhylehaven. It's been a while.
You've been before.
My parents took me once when I was a boy. I remember the day we arrived, and waking up to the smell of the ocean. The place was crowded beyond belief. Everything was so different from our hometown in the countryside.
I felt much the same when I reached the royal capital. Quite a sight compared to my little village, with naught but fields and mountains.
To be sure. And where are you from, Hulkenberg?
You cannot guess? Surely Montario in the east. Why, the Hulkenbergs are one of that nation's most prominent aristocratic houses, if not foremost among them.
You don't say.
Well, yes. Though I've no close relationship with my parents. I've hardly seen them since I left home.
I see. Suppose we've all come a long way, haven't we?
Seems we'll make it to the exhibition just in time.
With a master at the helm, you're bound to, eh?
I really hope Joanna shows up.
We resolved to trust her. So we simply watch and wait.
Right. Everyone set and steady? Welcome, ladies and gents, to the coastal crown jewel, Port Rhylehaven.
Port Rhylehaven.
Port Rhylehaven, capital of the Principality of Oceania, the western annexed state of Euchronia. A vivacious city, Rhylehaven is port of call to ships of both trade and war, bustling with hardy sailors. From the natural wonders caused by Magla to the Colosseum's contests of strength, people flock here to see the marvels of a city that never sleeps. The sea guides the Gauntlet Runner into the city, alongside a warm, salty breeze.
Wow.
The ocean! Just look! There's water all the way to the horizon!
Is that the Magala floating up and about? Wow.
It's kind of like the capital, but totally different.
Yes. The City of Water, Rhylehaven.
Brylehaven. Sorry about that. There's Godot.
You've brought us quite a magnificent head. How do you think it'll stack up against your competitors?
With the warrior monks at my side, there is nothing we cannot accomplish. But I won't presume to know the rankings. I humbly leave it in God's hands.
Lineup's a bit conventional for my taste so far. Oh, here comes our mysterious little underdog now. Stir things up a bit here, will you?
Ah, would you look at these spectacular gauntlet runners? They must all be worthy of kings.
Looks like Luis is still the only one with a sky runner, though.
No. I'm sure those blasted clergymen have some mechanism for it too. The Sanctus Church funded the Skyrunners to begin with. If you can call that flying, of course. All just piffling about with levitation magic. Only a passing acquaintanceship to real aerodynamics. Birds have never needed magic to fly. Just the mechanical ingenuity of the feathered wing. That's the kind of breakthrough I'd like to make. You'll see, eh? One day, I'll make those wings reality, and we'll soar like birds.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Good. I'll have you run in the sky with me. Mark my words.
If it isn't the pretentious little gallant and his cronies.
If it isn't the walking headache.
Nah.
Well. No head to be seen. Weren't you talking big about chasing down that Heismay fiend?
You're referring to me, yes?
You're the man. This is a joke, is it? He's your great and terrible bounty. You know there's still time to drop out before you humiliate yourself in front of the masses.
Say what you wish. He is one of us. Tis not his head we are offering.
Truly? You're allied with a wanted criminal? Are you all mad? Oh, your public humiliation will be quite a sight. Come, Hector.
Come, Hector. Fighting with you is gonna be fun.
And that was?
A candidate and one of Luis's henchmen. We don't exactly see eye to eye.
Confound it. No damn parking spaces left. Well, let's look for somewhere a bit less unpleasantly populated.
Tomorrow is finally the exhibition to present all the heads. I really hope Joanna shows up.
You needn't all sleep here tonight, you know? I can stay and wait for the cavalry. Got to give the old girl a tune-up anyway, don't I?
Tis much appreciated. In that case, we should look for an inn about the city. Ah, and we must sample the local delights. They've far better seafood than in the capital.
Can't wait.
I can't wait.
To stop for rest, surrounded by fine food, is an uncommon blessing.
If you're sure, Nearest, then we'll leave it to you. Me, I long for a proper bed.
So be it. Let's find ourselves some lodging.
Really?
Came all the way to a big city. I think we deserve a real inn.
This is a joy. This is a joy.
All right then.
Oh, this blooming heat.
You're none of those kids from the expedition. I was planning to see so-and-so y'all come all the way to Brylehaven. Where can I find it? Place to stay, is it? Yeah, you may hit a spot of bother there. Half the country has flocked here for the expedition, you know. The inns are bursting at the seams.
Well,
That sounds problematic. Incidentally, travel to this city is a little different from what you're used to. You won't be able to walk to where the inns are located. Go straight down this street to the left and then talk to the ferryman at the harbor. You say I'd like to go to Angela's Inn Square. They'll set you right. So the city has waterways. Got it. There are posters around. This outfit catch your fancy. Must be your first time in Braillehaven then. The Navy's in charge here. The uniform's much smarter than the state armies, don't you think? It looks straight up the same. I mean, maybe some slight differences, but nothing to be like, oh yes, ours is so much better.
Hey.
Hail, young Elden candidate. I've been waiting to meet you. You're that town crier, aren't you? The name's Batlin. Last we saw each other was just before your scrap with the Godot's runner, I believe. What a scene that was. Figured hitching a ride with the Godot would be safe, but then you and Goldell both showed up. Anyway, I've kept busy with my candidate interviews since then. For the most recently, he's who I rode here with.
Good grief.
Look, I know it's me saying this, but be careful out there. The Crown Theocracy will do whatever it takes to win, you know. They're reckless with their runners, too. Usually you'd stop and camp during nights. Not them. We just kept running.
Huh?
No way. You don't rest at all? Yep. An easy trick when you've got God's grace. Plus loads of money and people, which the Sanctifex usually has. And he's brought us quite something too. If you want to outshine him, you'll need quite the plan. But I can tell, you've got something up your sleeve. I'm looking forward to seeing it unfold, my young Elden friend. Till not too long ago, I was a wanted man. If I'm with you, the inns might reject us outright. I'm sorry, but I'll have to rely on you to find our accommodations.
Let's rest.
Really come a long way, haven't we? I mean, let's try and find an inn so we can get some rest. Okay, let's just say I don't sell much here. I got a few medical herbs, sure. It's fine. It's only 100.
Hey.
Seems as if there's some sort of secret to this store. Ooh. Tomorrow's expedition will be a blessed sight to behold. His Eminence has prepared an exponential mark. So you're going to participate as well. Must say I pity you. Yeah, well, we'll see about that. Unbelievable.
Gone clammy all over.
Hang on a minute, you.
Hey, aren't you one of Lucy's underlings? Got business here? What's it matter? Just minding me own business, not bothering still. Not a crime, is it? You have business in a back alley like this. What's the matter? Your boss afraid to be seen by His Eminence for then? Watch your mouth. Or you want an encore of what happened at the Grand Cathedral? Not even hiding it that they were the ones behind. Well, I mean, technically. Yeah. Well, hello.
It's terrible.
Too late to help the dead. Let's do everything we can to keep the townspeople safe. Wow. Straight up corpses. I was thinking this day was pleasant. Guess that's just how it is. Nice. I missed one gold beetle. I missed one at the beginning, I believe. Or did I pick that one up? I don't remember. I know there was one, like, in the first camp after you awaken to your power and you're having the camp with Grius and the Stroll. I don't think I picked up the beetle that was there. So I got on that. So I assume you're a candidate. Do as you will, sir, but please conduct yourself with some property. With some propriety. I've had some ruffians sweeping in here, claiming to be candidates attending the expedition. And then there's Luis. Can't we all give it a rest? Why do I have to sit here wondering if all the extra guards will be enough?
All right then.
Yeah, that's why we need to go, but what's over here?
I love it.
The Harbor Bazaar. Have you seen the Harbor Bazaar? Everything I looked, there were rare and exotic items on display. Foreign goods being sold wholesale in the harbor, I imagine. Isn't even Forgiveness Day, the amount they must make daily. Such extraordinary items, including an igniter unlike any I've seen before. This marvelous market is worth the trouble to visit.
I'm chuffed.
Ah, the ocean's just as pleasant, just as spectacular as I've heard. I really feel like I'm in Brailhaven now. The sea breeze feels wonderful too. What a lovely city. I feel so energized. So let's get this shopping holiday started. What's that, dear? Didn't we promise each other we'd visit the Colosseum first? Yes, dear, alright. Let's go shopping. No, I was actually just thinking I wanted to do some shopping. Oh, there's... Good old Rise Up for Lord Luis.
Let's see.
Luis didn't even enter the tournament, but this guy did on his behalf? Can't say he seems very popular. Should still keep tabs on him, though, just in case. Luis might have bigger plans for him than we know. I think that's the first time we've actually seen his poster.
Hello there. What is it? Hey!
Maybe there'll be a big
All right now.
Ah, okay, the background's a little bit different. Not by much as compared to all the other ones. Should I buy meats?
Greetings. Well then.
Sure, fuck it, I'll buy that. It's a lot, but I kind of have a lot of money.
Young man.
Real cheap today.
Get 5 of those.
Now then.
Good, innit?
Stop that at once.
Got a bargain.
For any salt, I do need a couple more of those. If there's anything I need that spice. Oh, hey, it's...
You there?
I told you, no more handouts. Got business to run here. But why not? I'm not going... It's not like giving one away for free is going to kill you. Giving all those yummy looking things to yourself just isn't fair. Said the exact same thing last time. I've already given you plenty. Now shoot. I won't bully to give you a single thing more. Cheapskate, jerk, stupid face. Just like that, they were gone. So there's just no understanding fairies. If people think all fairies are like that, I might be in trouble. Oh, yeah, another one. Wonder who these are for. Oh, hello? Who's you? Ready to win? Side with Jin. Need a hand? Jin's your man. Oh, come on. He practically stole our idea. Think he's doing this on purpose? How many people listen to joke? Let's show him how it's mean to be done. Blah, blah, blah.
The goods are cheap today.
Got anything worth buying? Nothing that I feel like I need to go about my busy way to grab, so. No, armor shop. Do I have stuff that needs to be apprised?
We've a sale go.
No. Knights of Warriors. Knights of Warriors. Everyone. Everyone. So much for recovery every turn in battle. I mean, this wouldn't be bad for throw. The thing that sucks is just the lower the evasion rate, even though it would be nice to have this for someone. But I don't want, like, I don't want my evasion to go down. I mean, yeah, it just goes from 4 to 2, but still. much would it cost to buy 4 of these? Each much for what I'm willing to give up to, though. Stroll and Hulkenberg definitely needed the most out of all of them. I'll actually just buy 1. I'm going to give it to Stroll. I'll be fine for now.
Young man! Young man! This is on...
What kind of weapons you got?
So it's you.
Blast. It's you hooligans again. Gonna rub my face in the mud once more. Moons have yet to heal, and now the expedition is nigh. Didn't even have the chance to hunt a trophy. You attacked first, as you may recall. No one playing but yourself. Damn, that kind of attitude is exactly why you youngsters can't run this country. If I'd have your gumption.
All right then.
Oh, what a pity.
Oh, there's a lot of knives coming into port lately. Most of them don't exactly seem legitimate. Wouldn't be smart to dive in without much knowledge, I reckon. Yet, if the country's full of knives now, why would it benefit our shop to start carrying them?
What a pity.
But what is there to do now?
Well then, if you say you'll help.
Can I fish in this game? I wonder.
Well then, if you say you'll help.
But what is there to do now?
Oh, what a pity.
Blast this heat.
I'm gonna join the Navy. It's so cool. I've dreamed about it since I was a kid too. But you're a girl, aren't you? Doesn't matter. I'm gonna join anyway. Oh, another one right here. I wonder if there's enough gold beetles to whatever it is, or what.
Look at that.
Sure, a lot of long posters.
Yep.
Still same as it was.
Welcome.
For bowing, so I'm busy preparing for the expedition of the brave. I don't have any contracts for a while. Move along now if there's nothing else. Alright, let's go there, and I want to see what the, we'll probably see what our expedition will be.
Really now?
Godot seems to be in 3rd.
Yeah?
Really now?
Beg pardon?
Oh, this blooming heat. You! Oi!
Oh, look, an Elda! You in town for the tournament too? Or is yours on the one that heads up putting on display? Ha 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 ha!
Awful.
From a boat. Ignore them. Leave their words come expedition time.
Aha!
I like to travel around Braillehaven? Just say the word. Anglers in square? Understood. I feel bored behind me. Ooh, I like that. That's an interesting one.
Say.
All right then.
Whoa.
Whoa!
You can really see the king's face from here, huh? I realized it was slowly moving, but coming to Braillehaven was beyond my expectation. I wonder why I came.
Yes.
Do suspect it's keeping a watchful eye on the top candidates. It's evident that we're being observed, so as we've seen from the coronation rock. Well, maybe there's actually for the better. Seeing that thing in the sky might make everyone really think about the kingdom's future.
Okay, then.
Anyway, better get a find an inn we can stay at.
Ridiculous.
Now His Majesty's face watches on. Once the expedition of the brave is over with, it's on to Montario next, I suppose. Never thought I'd see the royal palace entire boon loft, let alone a skyboard pilgrimage to Euchronia's 3 great cities. Royal magic. What tremendous magic it is indeed.
Ridiculous. Leave it to me.
I promise I will help anyone who is in trouble. Out of money? Don't want to die? Simply ask Jin to guide you. Thank you so much. Actually, I'm having an issue with my work. Of course, don't worry. I am well versed in Brailhaven's economic affairs. He's definitely shady.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, definitely. Anything else down here?
Say,
Wait, was that a poster? No.
say.
Ridiculous. What do I do?
All right then.
What is it? Gone clammy all over in this humidity I have.
Oh my.
Oh,
Stop that at once.
wonderful.
All right then.
Ta!
Ridiculous.
This is the best. Yeah?
How's it going? You got it.
Oh, hello.
All right then.
Are you my gold beetle, dude? Oh, I do believe I know your face from somewhere. Huh? Wait, you're the old man who was in the giant sandworm's stomach. Oh, none other. Why are you here? Why are you here?
Truth be told.
Oh, I'd intended for that worm's belly to be my final resting place. But throwing to you, young grubs, I long to see the outside world again. Just gave the worm a little poke with magic to loosen up its belly. From there, why, it was no trouble at all. So you got out the same way we did. Anyway, I'm glad you're safe. Well, that's neither here nor there. Tell me, you ever seen glowing beetles anywhere, have you? They're strange and wondrous insects, luminescent with the golden light of Magala. If you do have any, I'm sure I'd like to take them off your hands. Glowing bug? I feel like you've catched at least one. Oh, that it is! A genuine gold beetle! Must reward you for your efforts. Here, take this. Thank you. Arcane Dragon Blood restores the Magala that surrounds your body. Maybe you'll find a use for it yet. Wow, that's incredible. You sure you want to exchange it for a worthless bug? Just who are you? Oh, I'm but an old man with a passion for insects. I only end up in that worm's stomach because I was too absorbed in catching specimens to notice my surroundings. You're traveling all around the country, aren't you? If you find more gold beetles, could you bring them to me? If you hear the familiar critters, give the area a quick look. Collect 12 of them for me, and I'll give you this Venom War Charm next. I mean, sure, if we find any more gold beetles along the way, we'll come see you again. Oh, the gold beetles you have acquired can be exchanged for secret treasures by talking to the elderly Etomile in Brailhaven. The more gold beetles you collect, the better the items you'll receive. Keep a lookout for gold beetles wherever you go.
Hey there.
Well, before you've given me the beaters, give me 11 more beaters for a total of 12. I will give you this. Bring me 13 more beetles. On top of that, for a total of 25, I'll give you claw breakers. Additional 13 beetles for a total of 38 to give you the flame sealed corset. Bring me an additional 8 beetles with total 14. I'll give you my greatest treasure, the Dragon's Fall. Okay.
Such a bother.
Coliseum. What do you want, Elda? You okay there too? Well, I don't know why you're here. I can't let you in right now. But with the city that's buzzing, when the Coliseum does open, I'm sure it'll be a smash hit.
All right then.
Seabreeze Merchant's Bazaar.
Let's go.
Trying to figure out how to get to that one spot above there, though.
All right
The one up there, and what's up there? Oh, well. Hey, you okay, buddy?
All right.
Yeah, there's nothing else to do, so let's see what's over here.
What do I
Hey. Look who's here. You're that Elda fellow from Martria, aren't you? Guess we both got ourselves marks for the expedition. Were you hoping to stay at this inn? Sorry to disappoint you. If so, I got tossed out by my ears by the innkeeper. Story full. And the one calling itself the Come One Come All Inn. Some joke.
Right.
Sure is. Is there another place nearby to stay? There's 2 other inns nearby, but I'm hardly thrilled with either option. On the other hand, side of the fountain's a Golden Corral Pavilion where nobby wankers like Ford stay. Parapets or an Elda staying there, fat blooded chance. And then there's an inn past the Golden Corral, Carol, but that one's twice as pricey. Rumors say that's where you'll find Luis naturally. Probably bought out the whole place for his rousing crew.
Guess, but
Think so? Guess we better avoid that one then. Not like we could afford to begin with. As far as other options go, there's the spider's den over by the tavern. That's a dodgy looking gift standing out front, smiling all creepy like. Just drive off standing there, so I'll pass. Besides, who needs an inn when there's a tavern? From this day on, I claim is my castle. Doubt you get much sleep in a tavern. I sure wouldn't anyway. Not that this spider's den sounds much better. I saw you in Martina, didn't I? Another participant in the tournament, right? Were you planning to stay at this inn? Fortunately, there aren't any beds left. Because of the expedition, everyone is full up. And that's why I told myself I'm going to make sure to stay somewhere nice this time, too.
I see.
And so, if this place is no good, we'll have to look for somewhere else. But wait, that golem run of yours, the one you had parked in the middle of Martria. Hey, come on, what sort of technology does it use? Let me in on it.
What?
Oh, stingy. Here, I was going to tell Dad all about it. Just so you know, I'm participating too. I've got a real gauntlet run on my own and everything. That means that if you're stubborn and refuse to tell me, I can make you do it by force.
Oh, this blooming heat.
What is it you've required?
Milo. Oh, you there? You look along. You look about like one of my supporters, are you? No. Just that, who are you again? No, you've been showing idea, boy. I find myself drawn to beauty. It's only natural after all. Beauty is all is my creed. And more than anything, a king should be beautiful, should he not? And whichever inn I choose for my beauty rest must be worthy for my resplendent grace. Yes, like this Golden Corral Pavilion. Alas, I doubt you have been blessed with wealth enough to enjoy a room at such a lavish place as this. This guy's a jerk. No one wants to stay in an inn full of people like him anyway. Unfortunately, all the other decent inns seem to be full, so we only got one choice left. I really, really don't want to. Should we check out this spider's den we heard about from Loveless earlier?
Yeah?
What the? Oh, it's a child.
Oh.
The external way, all who are not of the nobility. It's infuriating. Please don't take this wrong way, but do I no longer look the part? Sorry, Stroll.
What do I do?
What do I do? Well, let's see. Inn looks pretty shabby, but I'm not sure we've got any other options. Let's talk to the man over there before we go in. I think he's the innkeeper, probably. Oh! On the hunt for lodgings, are we? Yeah, I have a spare room available. I won't refuse service to anyone. My rooms are affordable for all. Criminals? Persecuted tribes? No, I wouldn't dream of turning business away. Feel free to have a look at the accommodations. We can discuss payments afterwards.
Kind of freaky.
This place really seems shady. We might as well look at the room.
Well, should have figured they'd be out of the upper rooms with all the travelers in town.
'Tis a far cry from the runner, at least. I am full glad to stretch my legs again.
Did you see that giant bug just now? It was like the size of my head. It's gotta be poisonous.
Oh, pull yourself together. It's just a insect.
Well, listen to you. You can't have lived in a giant sandworm den and been afraid of bugs. Sure.
Wow, really?
Hence the hut.
That's why you lived
Hence
in that
the hut.
More importantly, we must discuss tomorrow's proceedings.
Right. We meet up with Joanna, then get to the exhibition after that. Joanna will admit to the crime. The guilt of a sanctoress, especially of her status, will guilt Forden by association. That should make an impression on Louise.
Yet for all this, we need Joanna herself. Do you truly think she would join us?
Trust her.
We have to trust her.
She chose to offer her own head instead of the monster's. If you ask me, she'd not have done that if she didn't believe it truly was her child. At least in part. I believe she expressed genuine parental love. I want to believe that, at least.
And what if she ends up not showing up? I mean, you're the one who got the worst of all of this in the first place.
If it comes to that, you've still got my head for the dais. After all, the bounty still says I'm a kidnapper.
Balderdash will not sacrifice
Balderdash!
his life for our victory. But your offer speaks highly of your spirit.
Right. We've done what we can do. All that's left is to keep our chins up and face the competition head on.
Too early yet to retire for the night. We could drop by one of the local pubs. Listen for what perks our ears. And while we're at it, might as well sit down to a proper supper, eh? Could be my last, after all.
Oh, haha, very funny. I
Haha,
guess
very
good
funny.
info is important. Let's go check it out.
Oh, what's going on?
What are we without beauty? What do we care for promises and speeches from repulsive mouths? Beauty is everything, and it is time our country reflected that.
Sounds like the candidates have started their speeches. Let's listen in for a bit.
With all skills and talents equal, would you see the crown atop an ugly head or a handsome one? Beauty is power. Lack one, you should lack the other. When I take the throne, all the hideous will be stripped of their titles. Together, we shall build a nation ruled only by radiant, everlasting paragons of beauty.
I love you forever!
Well, he has a point about what people tend to follow.
What? This really doesn't bother you? It isn't right.
You'd rather wait for a king who was always right, then?
Enough about appearance. A beautiful face cannot win wars.
Without military power, the crown's voice means nothing! When I am king, I will establish a unified nation with the Rousant tribe at its head! Our tribes, our status, they mean something. You could stray from a monolith, but it will still remain. There can be no true peace without using the power we command! Hear, hear! For Rousant pride!
What pride is there in seizing power by force? Disgraceful.
When I'm queen, all the land's corrupt upper classes will be wanted.
Eat the rich!
We'll have our guillotines sharpened and our wallets open. Those who thought to tilt the world with their heavy coffers will be a head lighter. We'll split their fortunes and toast to our health.
Preach it, Katharina! You're just what this land needs!
Wouldn't the first target be the one on the throne, then?
Everyone's just shouting all their ideals out.
These candidates are all pathetic. Nobody here even compares to Lord Luis.
Luis isn't even in the running, lad. Poor Blight is afraid of losing to Sanctifex Ford.
You've got it backwards, geezer. He's just not wasting his time on these windbags.
I confess, I know not how to feel.
Huh?
'Tis unprecedented. Never before have our citizens come together in the street in broad daylight and shared their true feelings on king and kingdom.
Indeed. Is this really the kind of change His Majesty wanted? Maybe I'm overthinking it.
Let's go in. If we hang around too long here, we're bound to get dragged into a nasty argument.
I guess that's true.
When I'm king, pleasures will rule the city. A bar on every block and a flagon in every hand. All you can drink, all year round.
Woo! Next round's on Loveless!
Let fools be content with their fool dreams. Grant me the crown, and I will make our kingdom powerful beyond imagining.
Most powerful? Doesn't really mean anything, does it? Aren't you another one of Luis's flunkies, hound? Stop barking and get back to your master.
Always about that goddamn Luis. I've been in the guard just as long as he has, you swine.
Quite a lively crowd. Looks like a great many of them came all the way here to watch the competition.
That lad there, he's an elder, isn't he? Are you a candidate too?
Well, strike me down, you're right. Never seen one of you blokes before. Might be out of luck in the race, though. You'll not stand a chance.
Pay him no mind. A drunk's words weigh nothing.
Wow, there are fish swimming in front of the store.
Ah, I've heard of this. 'Tis on the customer to fish up a catch, and the chefs will prepare it for eating.
I admit, I'm curious. Shall I sing a shanty for you as you take up rod and reel, Captain?
Yeah. I caught something, some weird, creepy creature.
Is that really edible? It doesn't look quite, natural.
By all means, let us try it.
Did she even look at it?
Why, tis delicious.
Hulkenberg's a fucking foodie.
Simply floods the mouth. Ah, and what splendid crunch it has.
I guess I'll try a bite. I mean, they wouldn't let us fish up anything outright inedible. I hope.
Right. At least we'll die together.
At least we'll die together.
Oh, well, I was the one who suggested fishing. Right. The noble thing to do is see it through. Ugh. It's rather slimy for my liking.
I said nothing since Hulkenberg seemed to enjoy it so much, but if you're going to eat an unknown fish, might you not at least sear it first?
'Tis fine enough without, I say.
You need way higher standards, lady.
I love Hulkenberg.
Excuse me, friends. Don't mean to interrupt your meal. I'm Batlin, a church crier for the tournament. Maybe you remember me.
Yeah, I
Sounds like
remember
you. Made a
you.
hell of a splash in Martira, huh? Felling a vicious beast's one thing, but not many candidates took it figuratively.
Let's see here. How'd you hear about it?
How did you hear about all this?
It's a crier's business to hear things. So, do you have a head ready?
Well, let's see. Got a head right here, I suppose.
Lips sealed, huh? Well, I'm certainly looking forward to the exhibition then. Especially considering the diversity of your little party.
Well,
I've
thank
always
you.
preferred to chase an interesting lead over a sure bet. Can't help it, I'm afraid. So, I'll have a keen eye out for you, all right?
That crier's an odd one. Not really what you'd expect from a Sanctus promoter. Who is he?
Rumor has it that young candidate hasn't brought ahead. Wonder what he's playing at.
Whatever it is, he's about to get a sharp lesson in the ways of the world, poor lad.
I think he's worth keeping an eye on. Keep it under your hats, chums, but his power may rival Count Luis. I think he's just the ingredient we need to spice this race up a bit.
Right. Just got back from the pub, did you?
You wound me. Nobody trusts a radical, huh? I expect you'll see for yourself.
It will be interesting. Giant barge should reach the sea by morning. And I imagine they will aim to find us in our gauntlet runner. Neris ought to be there to greet them. Day dawns, we should head to the gauntlet runner.
Yeesh.
Other candidate speeches seem practically identical. I do not trust these types with the country myself. Is there no one who can truly rival Luis or Forden? I mean, Katerina, I learned a little bit more about her. And nature, gold beetles, we learned about them. Magic, what magic did we learn about? The Sky Runners. And what's our history? Oh, just our cities. Royalhaven is positively rife with tourists. I myself has long awaited delicacies here, and indeed, it was so delicious. Wish to eat every fish in the restaurant's tank. Fish so fresh, it still wriggles in the mouth. Now that's a port city specialty. What's that look about? You don't find it appetizing?
My apologies.
I have a favor to ask of you. Would you mind lending me an unused blanket? Sure. For defense, you understand? Just in case. Otherwise, while I'm sleeping, I'll be unprotected against apologies. Against bugs. I want no contact with them whatsoever, awake or asleep. So I thought I might bundle myself in blankets at night. Yes, I know this place is warm as is. Yes, I'm prepared for the inevitable night sweats. Nevertheless, I'd be grateful to have any spare blankets. Alright, let's go to bed and see what happens.
Good night.
Rest well.
Time marches on, and the age of a new
Day of the
king
expedition.
draws
I'm
nearer.
super interested to know how it's gonna unfold for us.
The man sloshed. Again.
Again.
What happened to waiting for our guests? You utter buffoon! Is this why you volunteered to stay behind?
Seems like Joanna and Barden aren't here yet.
Oh, I feared this might happen. And we've no other head to offer the judges. 'Tis a precarious position.
They'll come.
No. They'll come.
Ah! I'm going to splash some water on my face.
What? My sincerest apologies. I wasn't expecting anyone to come in. You see...
How did you come
What
to
up?
be here? Explain yourself!
Is something the matter, Barden?
They were here the whole time?
I'm so terribly sorry. We heard the Gauntlet Runner had a washroom, so we thought we'd freshen up a bit. I bathed first and was resting in the back room, contemplating my final day as a sanctress.
Sir Nuris over there very decently let us in to wash up.
I couldn't stand it, old thing. Her heart would bring any right-thinking man to tears. Could have run like a bally thief in the night, but here she is, washing away her sins. It was more than a chap could bear, I say. Needed a drop of the grape and grain just to get myself through it.
The bottle's barely any emptier. Was a drop really all it took to get you drunk?
Oh, please do not blame the poor man. Talking to him has eased my heart for the trials to come. I cannot let myself betray you and regress to my vile delusions. I only sought to atone with myself before my sins are duly punished.
I understand. Thank you for coming. Then, as we agreed, please confess before the crowd when the time comes. To be honest, I'm hesitant to turn you in now you've genuinely decided to repent. I mean, we're hardly icons of virtue ourselves. In fairness, you're a woman of status, and it'll be a big crowd. We're not looking to instigate a public stoning here. You can explain yourself freely, in your own words. We can't ask anything more than that.
Thank you. Truly, I've felt so much more at peace since last we spoke. The fog has only cleared further, giving me clarity of purpose.
The fog, huh?
Thank you for everything. I do hope you win the throne.
I intend to.
Yes, I intend to.
Whoever the crown goes to, we're at least going to make sure it isn't used for evil.
At last, it seems our preparations are set. We need only trust that our plans will bear fruit.
Thank you all for waiting. The very first round of the tournament for the throne, the exhibition of the brave, is about to begin. Our monarchs-to-be will now present to the people the heads they seized to demonstrate their power as worthy of the throne. At a later date, when the second round is announced, the faces on the King's Rock, that is to say, the candidates with the top 20 approval ratings, will pass the first round.
20? 'Tis a great many eliminations in but one round.
I was hoping we'd at least make it through the first, but it might not be that simple.
And now,
Yeah, I'm assuming we'll get through it because we've done everything we can in order to.
To the lineup of all the gorgeous faces at the judges' table.
Wow, I wonder who's gonna for sure get a wins.
And Montario.
Oh, it's her ladyship. Lord Montario's here too, eh? And the armor on that fellow over there? A general, is he?
And of course, we have the one, the only, the people's favorite, our guest from the Sanctus Church. Better known as the Miracle Saint, healer of all ills. Presenting the lovely Lady Rella Cygnus.
Saint? Who's this? Someone fill me in. I've been literally living in a hole.
A brilliant healer. We've met, though a long time ago. Even as a student, she was already considered the kingdom's best in her field.
Looks like the crowd's on your side, milady. Can you give us a few words about what's on your mind as you take on the judge's mantle?
Well, I'm afraid you've rather got me on the spot. Hello, all.
This city sure has,
She's
great
adorable.
seafood.
Is she gonna be a
And,
person? Probably not a party
well,
member, but will she be
creatures.
a
Fascinating.
confidant,
So
social
much we
link,
still
whatever?
don't know
A
about
follower.
them.
There we go. That's what they're called.
Oh, I did hear about a legend of some monster in the eastern seas of Oceania. Imagine, the mind races. I'm hoping I can investigate those sightings while I'm here.
That's just great, Lady Rella. I'll just stop you there, clock's ticking and all that. But we're thrilled you're enjoying your stay.
Sometimes I can hardly believe you're my sister. Still not much of a public speaker, are you?
Oh, sister?
So
How?
she's a saint?
Well, she seems like a nice enough lady.
We'd better stop worrying about her and focus on ourselves. I don't see Luis anywhere, but I bet he's got eyes in the crowd.
Now, the time has come. Let the exhibition of the brave begin! First up is a respected gentleman of the church. Godot, the head of the monk soldiers of the Crown Theocracy.
That's a fish.
I've no taste for needless killing. Therefore, I chose a mark with meat, abundant and edible. After the judging, it will be served in a banquet for the poor.
A stand-up fellow, my good people. Strength and compassion in one package. He's got the crowd on his side right from the start. Now, is there anyone who can top this?
I can.
And we have a challenger. Second in line is the church's direct opposition, the spearhead of Count Luis's supporters, Gladel the Black Hound.
One look at the head and I know what you're thinking. Bit small, isn't it? Well, I can bloody well tell you I'm not like this smarmy git who fished up his dinner. I'll tell you what this is. Behold, the head of a hideous human!
It looks like the head of
Where's
the
your proof?
egg one.
Yes, the young sod's right. How do we know that's really a human?
What drivel? Look at the thing! You think a normal beast could have a face like this?
Probably just made the damn thing yourself.
Oh, useless as ever. Did it never occur to him that the average citizen has never seen a human?
I love how she's roasting them. Him.
Everyone, let's have a little composure, please. Candidate Gladel, we're very much obliged. You may step down. Now, on to the next.
Is that the Kraken?
What is that thing? Is that the monster of the Eastern Sea? Someone took the beastie down. Who did the deed?
I'd heard tell of a monster tormenting the people of this beautiful port city. I could do no less than grant them respite from their suffering. Such is the duty of those with power.
Who expected anything less? His Eminence Borden is simply in another class. Suddenly the critics have all gone quiet. All I hear is gratitude.
Borden's trophy is more impressive than I expected. How are we going to make a stronger impression than that?
It's fine.
They'll be fine. If he'd gone after us, the reaction would mean we'd have been written off no matter what we presented. Let's count ourselves lucky and trust in our strategy.
Now, no dirty looks, you lot. Next is the Pagan Assassin's Prize. Let's see what head we've got now. Thank you, Candidate Julian, for that helpful, exhaustive, and I think exhausting explanation. Whew. Now, we've had quite a succession up here, but our last is coming up now. This
yes, of
should
course.
wrap up our show. Now, if the last candidate, the Elden Boy, would please join us on the stage.
Where's their head?
Your pardon, madam, but would you happen to be the Lady of Martira? Joanna, the Sanctoress?
Indeed. The head they've brought is mine.
The impudence. You dare offer an honored lady of the church before these judges? This is not to be borne.
I've got something to say to you too.
That you, Chief, there. Isn't that Heismay? The same damn criminal you were supposed to be chasing?
That's the infamous Heismay. You chief of all things.
This. After we saved your hide on the road.
Silence! He may be a former knight, but now he's a heinous
Oh, shut
criminal
up.
who stooped to kidnapping. Anyone who claims themselves his ally should be disqualified on the spot.
Please, wait. I have
If you
something
can
I
all
must
shut the
confess
fuck
to you
up.
all. You speak of the kidnappings that terrorized my home, Martira. I am here to confess that the true culprit behind those atrocities was me. I was the caretaker of a hideous human in the basement of my castle. And to feed it, I abducted the innocent people of my own city.
What? Absurd. Speak sense, woman.
Master Heismay is innocent in all this. He was framed for crimes performed by my hand and in my name.
And I, Barden, Captain of Martira's Guard Corps, stand to vouch for all that she said.
Just so. It was this young candidate who killed that human, cleared me of the false charges, and dispelled the shadow over Martira.
Thus, here I stand. My head is his to offer.
That's... well, that's quite a turn of events. We have our head, ladies and gentlemen, and it's
There we are.
unlike any we've seen yet.
How is this believable? She's an imposter. She's got to be.
Of course. That, or they're putting words in the poor woman's mouth. A Sanctoress would never.
What will His Eminence Falcon do?
The Honorable Master Godot should know whether I and my words can be trusted.
'Tis true to the last word, isn't it?
Yes, Your Eminence. Without question.
Young candidate, you have done well to bring about her repentance. Now, justice must be rendered.
What? Right here and now? Your Eminence, a moment!
Thank you for your concern. But I have no objections. For a sinner like me, to confess the truth to the people has already been more than I deserve. O new king. It is my hope that you will rid the world of its twisted prejudices and common cruelties. Please, lead this country armed with the truth.
I will. I promise.
I will. I promise.
Ugh.
Well, folks, sometimes that's just how the curtain falls. If Sanctifex Forden turned in the biggest head, then our dark horse here has certainly turned in the heaviest. What an upset, ladies and gents! Who could see this coming?
Those crazy kids have done it again.
What a show!
Man, there's something about that guy. Wow, after all that only got us to 49. At the events of the expedition, many people seem to have taken notice of me. Hope this event eventually leads to saving the prince.
Barden just departed, wishing everyone well. I suppose he aims to reach Martira before Joanna's confession does.
And Forden himself. I hardly expected the man to make himself so visible.
Likely his attempt at redirection. Keeps the blame from falling on him and the church. Can't say it didn't work, I suppose. I'm certainly not blameless in this either. It was my suggestion to make an impression by foregoing the pursuit of a monster's head in favor of a person's.
I guess, but...
Nevertheless, the Lady Joanna entrusted her final wishes to us, and we mustn't betray them. That's all we can do, really.
Not bad, pups.
Oh, hello.
We were passing on the course of a human hunt. You gave a most distinctive showing.
I suppose you're worth introducing ourselves to. I'm Fidelio, that's Basilio. Luis's right-hand men, see?
And now you walk with a Ujif at your side. Each ally of a different tribe. Fascinating.
Better to have dependable friends than familiar ones. Something we've got in common.
Not only did you expose a failing of the Sanctus Church, but you dared to bring her alive so Forden himself could do the grisly part before all his flock.
That was not our intent.
Oh, same idea, yeah?
Music's a
real
little loud.
person's head gets more eyes on you than some decapitated beast. And now you're the names on everyone's lips, aren't you?
No. We only read it wrong.
And you weren't afraid to make an enemy of the church to do it. It's
Not
quite a
really.
feat for a
Fuck this
no-name
church.
Candidate to so deftly rub Forden's face in the dirt. A wake-up call, I'm sure, for those who only know his honeyed words.
Oh, Lord Luis, we really should be going.
Relax. They're in the middle of a conversation.
I like a show of strength as much as the next girl, but I do so hate violent spectacles. A view from the sky sounds so much more enchanting, don't you think?
What is gonna drive you to join us? I'm so curious. Oh my gosh, I just noticed her little art there has her tongue out like, maybe she's putting on a whole show with this, with Luis.
So this is what's become of Luis. There was something eerie to him even as a lad, but I'd never expected him to reach such heights.
Do you suppose we have
Literal and figuratively.
Last time he told us we had to demonstrate our power first. I'd like to think that if he went out of his way to talk to us, that's something we earned.
Oh, hi.
Loves. I've got a message from Count Luis. He says he'll be sending a messenger along soon, so stay in the city, would you? And I have to say, I might not want to let you out of my sight either.
Hi. Okay. Galaxy is
Luis,
jealous.
just here. What happened?
Well, he just left. You weren't told?
We'd better be getting back as well.
Damn it. What's so special about those fools?
We got magic. We definitely know how to put on a show.
Luis is having a go for Popeye, eh? Are you officially all flunkies in arms now, then?
It's not a done deal.
It's not a done deal.
Still, 'tis a significant step forward. We've crossed a dangerous bridge, and the risk paid off. We have finally taken the first step in saving His Highness the Prince. If we can get the formula, then we yet have a chance of lifting the curse.
How fares His Highness, anyway? He still fights?
I took a look in the Farsight mirror a while ago. He's still asleep.
Literally nothing has changed.
Nothing's changed about his condition.
And do we know where this formula is?
No, but he's bound to keep it somewhere secret if it's evidence linking him to the assassination. Still, A formula would be useless unless it's within arm's reach for emergencies.
If it's something he'd keep close, then...
It's engraved on his body.
Maybe he's engraved it directly on his body.
Yeah, somehow I doubt he could literally carve incriminating evidence onto his skin. It'd be backwards in a mirror besides. It's more likely to be in his runner.
Do you really suppose it would be in the runner he uses even today? The incident was near a decade ago.
It's as good a chance as any. Getting inside would be a pain for anyone else, including us.
He said he would send a messenger. Perhaps it would be wise to wait until we've heard his missive.
Good point. Let's just wait for word then.
Joanna! A backwater sanctuarist denies me my moment of triumph. She defiles the very church itself. Oh, and naturally it was an elder of all people who stood her before me. Will that benighted tribe never stop dogging my heels?
Fuck you!
Occurs, Your Eminence. For the tournament's next challenge, let us center the competition on a show of piety. Make them prove their Sanctus faith. After all, Sanctism is the state religion. It would be the barest of leaps to suggest that loyalty to the church is loyalty to the state.
I assume you have a plan?
Altaberry's our next destination. The very seat of the faith outside the capital. I thought we might propose another hunt. This time for relics.
Ah, the so-called divine relics. Those false idols the pagans consider relics of their gods.
What need does the world have for gods beyond ours? Soon, they will talk of nothing but how to win the Sanctus Church's favor. Your Eminence's influence would be sure to reach even greater heights.
And in the pagan lands, the greedier candidates will plunder and pillage for idols as they see fit. Fine footholds for our missionaries, all without getting our hands dirty. The collection of divine relics should be a spectacle held on Saint's Day. Our divine right will be undeniable. Once I take the throne, I will re-establish that these relics originally belonged to the Sanctus Church, and that they were ransacked from us in the course of history.
Your Eminence, on that day, I should be grateful to be honored with a proper title.
Say no more. A concession only fair for the right hand of the Sanctifex.
Ever at your service.
Ever
you do not
at
bow
your
your head.
Oh, humblest apologies.
What troubles you, my child?
Well, my concern would be about the risks involved. Some theories suggest even the royal scepter was originally one of these relics. In the unlikely event that a divine relic were to be found to nullify the king's magic...
If such a relic existed, it would have been found long ago. You burden yourself with such fears. All you need to do is be a good saint. Smile, wave, and bless.
Rella, you are to return to the royal capital and gather the people under my banner.
Understood.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Hello? A word. Some odd blighter left a letter for you last night. Said he was Luis's man. Night Prowler, today, come. Bit curt if I'm honest, hardly diplomatic. Seems like this Night Prowler place is some sort of pub or club. But do you know where it is?
On the city's outskirts. Seemed fairly dingy to my eyes. I can't imagine Luis at a haunt like that.
You think it's a trap? Maybe he's caught on to us?
If he wanted to trap us, I doubt he would make it so obvious. Though that doesn't guarantee our safety there, of course.
We have little other option but to show up.
I'll hang about in the runner. Keep myself busy with tinkering. Let me know if you talk yourself onto Luis's craft, eh?
Right then. Let's be off to this Night Prowler.
Night Prowler. Or going now, or is it something that I will be making my way there separately? Because I like to. Okay, good. Night Prowler, huh?
Let's hurry.
Place should be on the edge of town. I've heard the ferryman should know how to get there. Ooh, boy. Alrighty. Well, guys, that is going to do it for this part of Let's Play Metaphor. In the next part, guys, we will be going to the Night Prowler and seeing what's going on. Johanna's true self. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. Guys, if you liked the video, please give that like button a click. And comment down below what you like about the video, didn't like about the video. Let me know, guys, what do you think of us, you know, giving Johanna's head physically, literally on the stake there. She knew it was coming, but she still trusts us. And yeah, that was honestly really awesome in a way. So yeah, I'm curious to see what's gonna happen next. This game's awesome. I love it. And as always, guys, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat. And subscribe to my main channel too. That's in the description below. As well as follow me on Twitter. Both of my main Twitter, the RPG Kim Kid Twitter, are in there too. Thank you all so much for watching once again. And I'll see you all next time.